I imagine to all of you who watch this channel regularly, you probably think that I'm going to cover the Mayorkas impeachment. Well, I'm not. I kind of am, but I'm not, because it's not going to go anywhere. I bet you money. Leave a comment down below. I bet with anybody that the Senate won't even take this up. They're not even going to hear arguments over this. Bet you money. Leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. What's up, everybody? How the hell's your day going? I hope y'all having a pretty good day. This here is Legitical Response. We cover political news, keep you up to date, keep you informed, to stay on top of government actions, because we all need to know what the hell the government's doing, right? At all times, because they do some underhanded stuff, especially with this damn Biden administration, man. They've been doing some crazy stuff. They talking about releasing thousands of migrants that are being detained, right? These are the people. We don't want to keep these people. Why don't they just stop them from coming across the damn border? I don't get that. Just stop. You can't stop the ones you can't stop. Whatever. If you'd have built the wall, you could. But just stop letting them come across the border. That's all you got to do. Yeah, they were talking about because of budget woes and all this other crap, all this other garbage. They're going to release these people out into the wild. Yeah, what's up, y'all? Smash that subscribe button for me if you don't mind. And if you could, hit the like, man. I would appreciate it greatly if you'd hit that like button for me. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. But we're not going to cover what you think I'm going to cover. I don't know if you've heard about it, but yeah, they're up in arms talking about, oh, Russia wants to start a nuclear arms race and all this other crap. Well, the story's not really as in-depth as you might think. It's not really as bad. You got Mike Johnson coming out telling people, don't be alarmed, and he is right. Don't be alarmed. I had to do some digging to find this story. This story wasn't really out there. I had to specifically look this up. When I read another story of Johnson calling for people to not be alarmed by this, I'm like, well, what the hell is really going on? So I started looking into it just to double check the source, and I found this article, and hopefully this is true. I mean, this article has a couple of different sources, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this is correct. Some of the stuff in here may not be totally correct. I haven't read the story outright the whole way yet. Once I saw how in-depth they were going into this, I said, yeah, well, let's cover this right quick, cool some heads right fast. Check this out, y'all. The mainstream narrative machine has got to do it. They've got to watch this. U.S. fears Russia preparing to put nuclear weapons in space. Yeah, that's kind of true, but it's kind of sensationalizing it, if you will. Because when you hear that headline, you think, oh God, they're going to start firing nukes from space? What? But no. Check it out, y'all. Chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Rep. Mike Turner, sparked national concern on Wednesday when he released an urgent notice warning of a serious national security threat. Members of Congress are now being briefed on the matter. Multiple sources tell me that CNN's original reporting on the threat being Russia-related is accurate. Two sources further tell me that this is a space-based nuclear weapons threat. Oh my God! But it's not really. You'll see why. Top line. It appears that Russia is in the process of deploying, via multiple recent satellite launches, or is preparing to deploy an anti-satellite based nuclear weapon system into space. Concerns have escalated amid Russian military-related satellite launches, the most recent of which occurred last week. Now, this goes ahead and lays it out. This is basically meant to disrupt satellites. If we were to happen to go to war with Russia, or if Russia goes to war with somebody else, they have these satellites in space, have nukes on them. They fire a nuke toward an enemy's satellite. It explodes. The light is so daggone bright from these things that it's going to completely screw up any cameras, any kind of sensory equipment. X-rays are going to be blasted into these things. It's going to totally, there's an EMP when these nuclear bombs go off, which disrupts all electrical currents. It's kind of crazy. It can actually fry power lines and transformers and make your electricity go out. And so large, it's a pretty wide area, you know, given the size of the nuclear weapon, can be a pretty wide area. But they try to make it seem like, oh, they're going to start firing nukes on everybody from space. But they're not. My sources say that this is a Russian anti-satellite weapons capability designed to destroy or degrade U.S. and allied satellite constellations. Radiation produced by a nuclear explosion would likely cause widespread disruption to these constellations, as Lieutenant Colonel Robert Vincent noted in 2022. Most satellites with a line of sight to the nuclear detonation will be destroyed from the resulting X-rays. Military space capabilities for command and control, along with reconnaissance assets, may still function for a period following the detonation, but the economic impact of degraded informational space products will be immediate. Russian physicists have openly theorized plans to develop a space-based nuclear warhead system that would vaporize a second target-facing element to create a plasma wave that strikes targets in space at range. This would fit with Russia's publicly known focus in recent years to deploy satellites variously designed to destroy other satellites. Yeah, everybody has this capability. We've destroyed satellites with a missile launched from an F-15, for God's sakes. We can destroy satellites from 30,000 feet, or no, it was like 45,000 feet, I'm sorry. But yeah, every country that has space-based satellites and has a decent military, you know, pretty much the United States, Russia, China, Japan, India, I think Israel does too. I'm probably forgetting a few countries, but they all have this capability. But now, we don't fire nukes. I imagine the United States can easily obtain this capability if we don't already have it. But because Russia has it, you can better believe that we have had or do have something very, very similar. Vladimir Putin has placed significant emphasis on the development of new strategic weapons. The Russian FSB Domestic Security Service has also greatly increased its supervision of scientists working on these weapon systems. This focus speaks to Russia's long-standing interest in exploiting the potential utility of space-based nuclear weapons. The Soviet Union previously developed a fractional orbit bombardment system designed to deliver nuclear warheads in a surprise attack on Washington, prospectively eliminating the U.S. presidential line of succession and associated nuclear command and control. There are, however, various technical complexities and military weaknesses to this FOBS approach. Regardless, the deployment of nuclear weapons in space would constitute an unequivocal violation of the 1967 Outer Space Treaty to which both the United States and Russia are parties. At a minimum, this will increase already serious U.S.-Russia tensions. Yeah, notice they didn't say China. It's because China didn't have nuclear capabilities at the time. So you can almost be guaranteed that China has these capabilities and have these capabilities in space. They can almost certainly have nukes in space. Of course, any ICBM or intercontinental ballistic missile goes into space when it's launched. So it's kind of a space-based weapon. I mean, sure, they're launched from silos on the ground, but they go into space. Pretty much all hypersonic missiles, anything that goes beyond supersonic or beyond Mach 5, goes into space for the most part, because they're moving so damn fast. The materials that the missile is made of can't handle that amount of friction. But because I talked about it, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to this other story right quick. Speaker Johnson on national security threat. There is no need for public alarm. And this is the story I read first that kind of got me aggravated. Well, why are they not talking about what the actual threat is? Speaker Mike Johnson said there is no need for public alarm after House Intelligence Committee Chair Mike Turner called on President Biden to declassify information about a serious national security threat. I saw Chairman Turner's statement on the issue, and I want to assure the American people there is no need for public alarm, Johnson told reporters in the Capitol on Wednesday. We're going to work together to address this matter as we do all sensitive matters that are classified. We just want to assure everyone steady hands are at the wheel. We're working on it, and there's no need for alarm, he added. The speaker would not reveal specifics of the threat, saying he was not at liberty to disclose classified information and really can't say much more. He did, however, say he is meeting with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan at the Capitol on Thursday, along with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Turner, and Rep. Jim Hines, the top Democrat on the Intelligence Committee. Johnson said he sent a letter to the White House last month asking for a meeting with Biden to discuss a serious national security issue that is classified, which prompted Thursday's meeting. So they wouldn't say what it is. So that's why I'm going to tell you, take that other story with a grain of salt, because these stories, according to the news website I got from, came out several hours apart from each other, which is not enough time to declassify some of this stuff and actually get it out to reporters. So I can't say for certain that that previous story that you heard is totally correct. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there because I don't want to give out any false information, if you know what I mean. However, I can say there's no need for alarm at all, Johnson said. You like how the media does that? Yeah, that's a tactic used by the mainstream narrative machine. Yeah, Trump didn't do a backflip on Sunday. It was on Saturday. Go right ahead, mainstream narrative machine. Do your thing. But, yeah, no surprise. Russia has nukes. Oh, no surprises there. And they want to put them in space. But they're not for shooting nukes down to Earth. They're for blowing up nothing, essentially, and just damaging satellites with the explosion and the EMP wave and the light burst of X-rays and gamma rays that come out of these things. Yeah, they damage photosensitive panels that take pictures and do all this other crap, infrared stuff, all that good mess. They damage that so that satellite would be pretty much worthless. Essentially, if the EMP hits it, it's going to fry all the electronics on board that damn thing, making it worthless. Then we'll have more junk in space. I don't understand the reason these people seem to be in this arms race constantly. I don't get that. We don't need to go to war over anything these days, right? At least that's in my belief. I don't think there's a need for it. People may want to go to war, and by God, we sure do have a lot of politicians in Washington, D.C. that seem to love war. Oh, we gotta fund Ukraine. We gotta fund Israel. We gotta fund all these foreign wars. They don't want to put boots on the ground, but they want to give money to somebody else to let them kill everybody else. Yeah, let them do it so we don't have to. Yeah, they actually said that. I think Lindsey Graham actually said that. Ukraine is fighting Russia so we don't have to. Yeah. And people still vote this guy back into office. It's mind-blowing to me. But let me know what you think about all this down in the comment section. And that's all I got for this one, y'all. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day and be positive. Peace.